Okay. And then if you, yes, also grab a blanket if you have it. If you don't have it yet, grab a blanket, your blocks, bolster if you need. So sometimes what I do is I will put a block underneath my hips. And if I'm feeling extra tender and I sit right up here in my hip sometimes because I've been flexible, the bone in the hip joint can often be out of place and rub and it's painful. And so overstretching can actually make it worse. So sometimes what I'll do in my Sukhasana is I'll even put blocks underneath my knees. So I'm still getting the hip opening, but I'm feeling supported by the blocks. And so there's not as much, it's not like my hips aren't having to work as hard to open, causing more issues in my hips. So if you want, if you have them, you can always put blocks under your knees as well. But if not, go ahead and find your comfortable Sukhasana position. Maybe even grab the flesh of your glutes, pulling them back so you can feel the sit bones connecting to the block and the blanket, really rooting down. Bringing the hands to the knees, eyes closing. And letting these first couple moments be just a time for you to settle into this posture, reconnect with your breath, with your body, without any effort to create anything or force anything. Just allowing yourself to rest here. Coming into this meditative space where we aren't necessarily trying to force the mind to be quiet. We're really not trying to change anything at all, but our first step will just be to witness. Just notice the mind, how the body feels. And just noticing if you have a tendency to see things as right or wrong or good or bad. And just noticing and seeing if you can shift the conversation that we have in our head about how we're feeling. And if we can just notice that maybe we feel tension or pain in an area, rather than trying to push the pain away, creating a different relationship with our body, with the sensations that we feel. Bringing the shoulders up towards the ears, maybe on an inhale, bringing it up, and then rolling the shoulders back, shoulder blades down towards the hips. Just a little mobility in the shoulders, and then opening of the chest, and then lifting of the head and the crown. And now tapping into the breath, feeling it move through the entire body. Feeling the hips heavy, maybe even breathing up through the feet and into the legs. And just begin to connect with the experience of being empty. Now, sometimes our relationship with emptiness is possibly one where we don't want to feel empty, or we have an adverse relationship with emptiness, quiet and stillness. What is your relationship with that space between activities and thoughts? Settling into this space, even more present, more connected to your body, your breath. And then invite a nice, long, deep inhale in through the nose. And exhaling it out your mouth when you're ready with a sigh. Do that a few more times on your own, filling up your lungs, your belly, your side ribs, your back body, and feeling the lift at the collarbones, but keeping the shoulders relaxed as you lift. And exhaling out the mouth, relaxing the jaw, releasing all tension. Continuing a few more on your own. Letting the eyes and the muscles of the face be soft. And the next inhale, we're going to take an inhale for a count of 4. So inhaling for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Exhaling for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Holding your breath out at the bottom for a few seconds. And then once again, this time inhaling for 5, counting on your own. Exhaling for 5. And each time you're going to hold the breath out every exhale. After your 5 count, do a 6 count, maybe a 7 count. So do a few more rounds, each time lengthening the breath, equal inhale and exhale, and holding the breath out at the bottom for as long as you can before you allow the inhale to come back in through the nose. And if your breath cannot go and expand, come to an inhale that feels comfortable for you. Maybe it's 3 or 4, maybe it's 10. Taking your time here, really focusing on holding the breath out after the exhale, resting in that emptiness, that stillness. And on each exhale, when you hold the breath out, feeling the body relaxing even more, relaxing deeper and deeper.
Take it out.
And then once you've finished your last round, just sit and rest in that stillness without shaping the breath. And then flipping the palms towards the sky. We're going to inhale together and reach the palms up, keeping the eyes closed, bringing the hands all the way down to the heart as we exhale. 2 more of those on your own, keeping the eyes closed if you can, reaching up out of the hips. Palms meet, exhaling hands through center to the heart. Last time, reaching towards the sky, pulling in your own personal intention you might have for this class, and then bringing it down through the center and infusing it into the heart. Thumbs touch the heart, spine lifts, heart lifts. Soft belly here. Again, bringing something into your vision and intention. Maybe it is to continue to focus on being here now and focusing on the emptiness. That stillness that the breath invites in. And let's open the class with an Om together. So exhaling all the air out of your lungs. And inhaling to Om. Rubbing the palms together, bringing heat between the hands. And then placing the palms on the front sides of the eyes, letting the heat infuse into the eyes and the forehead and face. Feeling all the masks and the personalities that we wear throughout our life just dissolve. And then slowly batting your eyes open behind the hands and opening the hands. Bringing light back into the eyes and then bringing the hands down. Go ahead and cross the ankles or switch the cross of the legs. If at any point this position is hurting your body, you can move and adjust as you need. We're just going to do a few more things in this posture. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to interlace our fingers and bring the hands behind the head. I like to have my thumbs right up under the base of my skull where the suboccipitals are. Those muscles right there feel really good when you get a massage. And just do a nice little lift and a slight tuck of the chin, pressing the head back into the hands. And your elbows may be in a little bit towards each other, but if you can, press the elbows out without lifting the chest. So bring the belly button towards the spine and ribs in. Just feel a few breaths here in this pose. And then we're going to bring some fun, a little bit more rapid breath in. If this makes you feel dizzy or doesn't feel good for you, then you can just do normal breathing. But what we're going to do, it's called, what is it called? Sprinkler breath. So we'll go, inhale, inhale. So it's breathe in, out, out. So we go. In, out, out. So 1, 1, 2, 2. 1, 1, 2, 2. Keep going for 4 more seconds, probably about 30 more seconds here. Really focus on your exhale, pulsing the belly towards the spine. Keeping the spine erect. Ten more seconds. Inhaling through center. Exhale all the air out of the lungs. Holding the breath out after the exhale. Eyes can be closed or have a gaze down towards the ground. And then taking a deep breath in. Looking up towards the sky, opening the heart. And then exhale, chin to chest, elbows towards each other, round the upper back. Do a few more of those. Inhale, look up. Open the chest. Exhale, round. Last time, press the head back. Inhale, look up. Exhale, bring the hands down next to the seat. If you can, reach the ground, reaching out that. Let's do right arm first, left arm up and over. So just a nice, gentle, simple side body stretch here. Breathing in between the intercostals, between the ribs, into the obliques, transverse abdominis, even into the IT band, even into the TFL right here in the hip. Deep breath into the left side body and the hip. Hold after the exhale. And then inhaling through center, we're just going to switch sides, walking the left fingers out, right arm up and over. If it's too much on the arm, you can always drape the arm over the head. Or maybe if it just feels better to drape the arm, you can. Wrapping that tricep in towards the side body. So the elbow goes towards the hip as you bend, if you can bend. If you want, you can bring a prop or something underneath your hand as well. Key is to have that right hip heavy. One more full breath in here as you reach. Exhale all the air out. Eyes closed, hold the breath out. And then when you're ready, reaching back up through center. Good. You're on a prop. Go ahead and remove it, the block. You need the blanket, a thin blanket underneath your seat just for some cushion and support. Go ahead and you can use that here as well. All we're going to do is keep the same cross you had on that side. And we're going to reach out over our legs and fold forward. So if this is too much, you could use a block underneath your forehead, even a block underneath your forearms. Coming to a place where you can feel like you can rest for a few breaths. Long, deep inhales. Nice, smooth exhale, holding the breath out after the exhale, pausing, emptying everything out, including your minds, your worries, the anxiety. And slowly bringing your hands back up, switch the cross of the legs, and we're going to go to the other side. So first inhale, pull the heart through, then exhale, walking your hand out, pouring the spine over the legs. And when your spine pours over your legs, making sure that they're called hips. Your seat, your hips, your booty, all of that stays really heavy in the ground. If you feel it lifting up, you may need to walk your hands up and use a prop. Focusing on holding after the exhale. And then on your next inhale, slowly in your own time, making your way back up. And then coming onto your hands and knees. Putting a blanket up on your knees if your knees are tender, or if you like it. And let's just come into our tabletop and begin with a few cat-cows. So tailbone, belly, chest, pull the heart through, look up. Press into the tops of the toes or flex the toes. And then your chin begins. Chin tucks, press the hands down, round the upper back, look between the knees. So a few of those, again, on your own, inviting long inhales. Equal exhale, holding the breath out after the exhale. So you can keep doing cat-cows, or on your exhale, if you'd like, you can bring your seat to your heels, putting it to child's pose. This is a nice place to hold the breath out after the exhale. And then you can come back in, inhaling. And exhaling. You can go slower or faster than I am. It's not about the quantity, it's about the quality of the movements with the breath. Keeping the hands glued to the ground as you bring your hips back into child's pose. And then if it's available to you, bringing your seat to your heels. If you can come just sit like this. If not, that's okay. We're only going to be here for a second. Because what we're going to do is we're going to grab a block, or we're using a roll blanket, and we're going to come on our bellies. We've done this a few times with me. It's one of my favorite poses ever. So I like to use a block, or today I'm choosing to use a block. And I'm going to place the block right above my 2 hip points, which are known as the ASISs, and right below my ribs. So be mindful of your ribs because our torsos are all different sizes. You want to make sure it doesn't feel like it's poking into your floating ribs. You may feel a little bit of tension in the belly and the low back, but that's okay. That's good. We're just going to breathe into it. So we'll start. You can put your hands down and your forehead on top of your hands. That's going to give you a little bit deeper, like push of the it's called a block. Guys, I can't talk today. Okay, so either on your forearms or laying down like this to begin. Today, I really want to come onto my forearms into Sphinx. And if you want, you can always flex the toes and lift the hips up to get that block or blanket wedged in and cozy up into the belly, a little bit more into the belly cavity. And this is another place where you're just going to focus on the breath, and you're going to press the block or the ground or the blanket, pressing it away with the belly as you inhale. And then as you exhale, really feel that block or blanket or floor even lifting up into the cavity, into the belly, towards the spine. And then holding after the exhale, maybe even give a little bit of a lift into your pelvic floor, lifting up. Shifting the awareness maybe just from the belly to the low back and the hips. There's this fascia that's wrapping all around the belly and the low back, so it's all connected. I've had students at times feel a big release in their low back when doing this posture. Really expanding your breath capacity, maybe extending a little bit further and deeper. And then from this position, if you can, you're going to bend the right knee, and you're going to bring that right knee over towards the left as you sweep that right knee up towards the right elbow or armpit. So on the other side, it's going to look like this. So it's a half frog position on your right side. So for me, this is my right side. This may not work for you. You may need to lean over, maybe put like a pillow underneath that right knee. And if it's not working, you can just stay in this position in our block Sphinx pose. But in this half frog, hang out here for a few breaths if you can. If this is easy for you, pressing to the inside of that right ankle. So you're going to keep your toes flexed, and you're going to press down into the inside of the right ankle. Breathing into the inner thigh, into the pelvis, stirring up all that stagnant energy. If you want even more, you can straighten the arms. And then slowly releasing that right foot back to center. Maybe flexing the toes, lifting, adjusting the hips a little. And then you're going to come onto the other side. You're going to bend that left knee, flex the left toes, and then sweep that left knee out to the left. Again, if you want a little bit more, want to play around, press the inside of that left ankle down. You'll feel this engagement in the rotation of the hip. Doing your best to keep your chest lifted, not collapsing. If you're going to collapse and lean over, put your forehead on your hands. If you're having challenges with this hip, you can always roll over to the right a little bit, place a block or blanket or pillow under the left knee. Breathing into the inner thigh, exhaling all the air out. You want more, straighten the arms. Good. One more breath. And then slowly extending that left foot back. Shake out the hips a little. Press into the hands, lift the chest up off the ground. Bring the elbows off the ground this time. And then somehow slowly lifting the hips up, removing the prop that you had under your belly. If you have a blanket, you might want to keep it there for a little lunge or something, or keep it close to you. Also, getting your blocks, making sure they're close by, just in case you might need them. Next thing we're going to do, we're going to come back down to our belly once the prop is removed. You're going to bring your hands next to your hips, forehead the head to the ground. On your next inhale, lift the chest up, pull the shoulder blades towards each other on the back, press the hips and the tops of the ankles into the ground. And then as you exhale, you'll come down. Do that a few more times. Press into the hands, lift the chest, shoulder blades come to the back, hips down, exhale, come down. This time, inhale, lift the chest, maybe lift the hands off the ground, and stay up as you exhale all the air out. Holding the breath out of the exhale. Inhale, lift the feet up this time, reaching back towards the toes with the hands. Exhale, come down. Hands come next to the chest, press into the ground. Inhale, lift up, low cobra. Fill the chest, exhale, come down. Press and lift, inhale, reach the head up, chest up. Shoulders continue to kiss at the back, down towards the hips. Exhale, come down. A few more of those on your own. Press, lift, inhale. Maybe higher, exhale, coming down. Keep going, wave-like motions with the spine. You can bring your hands out wider if you like. Maybe come onto fingertips. The next one, press, inhale, lift, come up. Stay here as you exhale. Hold the breath out. Lift the pelvic floor. Hold for as long as you can. And whenever you're ready, coming all the way down. Press yourself up into a tabletop. And then flexing the toes. Lifting the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Walk it out as you need. We're gonna hold our down dog for about 5 full breaths. So you choosing your inhale and exhale, length. And then focusing on exhaling, holding the breath out after the exhale. When you hold the breath out, see if you can lift and engage the pelvic floor and the low belly. Think of it like an accordion, opening and expanding, closing. On the exhale. Pressing the earth away with the hands, dropping the heart towards the legs, breathing underneath the armpits. And slowly walking the hands to the feet, forward fold. Nice deep bend in the knees, letting the spine and the neck be heavy, maybe shaking the head out, swaying right to left gently. And then coming back to center, resting in that stillness. Again, releasing the exhale and focusing on that space after the exhale. Letting the head be heavy, the hips rise. Then inhale, coming halfway lift. Pressing onto the forearms, looking down at the ground, extend out the crown of the head. Exhale all the air out. 2 more times like that, inhale. Really spread the sit bones wide, looking down, flat back. Exhale. Last one, inhale. Stay here as you exhale. And bring the arms out into T as you inhale. And carry that on as you press up and reach the arms of the sky. Exhale, hands come to the heart. Hands down next to the hips. Nice bend in the knee. Lift, spread the toes to feel the connection with the 4 points of the foot. And then press the toes down and feel a lift in the arch. So you may feel a little gripping of the toes and the heel, but feel like you're lifting from the center of your foot. Inhale and exhale, feel the lift underneath the arch of the foot. One more time. Feel the lift of the arch. And then slowly walking to the front of the mat, just gently relaxing the hands. We're going to walk heel to toe, feeling the weight distribute from heel to the toe, slowly coming to the front. Feet are hip width distance apart. Inhaling, reaching the arms up to the sky. Exhale, elbows come down, heart lifts. Inhale, reaching up. Hands touch. Exhale, hands at the hips, forward fold. Inhaling, hands on shins or blocks, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands. Step the left foot to the back of the mat. And then the right foot meets the left. Bringing the hips up and back into downward facing dog. Bend the knees. Maybe bounce the legs a little bit, shake the legs out. And then come into stillness. Inhale, look between the hands. Exhaling, walking heel to toe, front of the mat. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhale all the air out. Hold here after the exhale. Before inhaling, arms come out into a T like wings and reaching towards the sky. Exhale, elbows come down, heartless. Inhale, reach. Exhale, hands through the heart, hinge at the hips, close the eyes. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhaling, plant the hands, step the right foot back to the back of the mat first. Then the left foot comes to the right. Inhaling, hips come up and back, downward dog. Exhale, shoulders over wrists. Inhaling, hips come back, bend the knees. Exhale, shoulders over wrists. Last time, inhale, hips up and back. Exhale, shoulders over wrists. If you want, you can go back to down dog where you can tap the knees, bend the elbows 90 degrees, hips down, heart lifts high, cobra. And then press and lift the hips up and back. Seat to heels, then downward facing dog, walking it out. This time we're going to inhale, right foot comes into the sky, roll the right ankle. Exhale, bring that right foot in between the hands, coming into a low crescent lunge. So get your alignment here, feeling the extension out that left heel. Strengthen this right foot. Now bring the right hand onto the right knee, and then the left hand, and just press yourself up here first, driving the energy down through the right heel. And then slowly lift the torso up and back, hands come next to the hips. Reaching out that left heel, straightening the left leg, feeling the right thigh bone, the femur, drop to the ground. So there's still a lift happening here, but it's coming from the engagement of the muscles of the back leg, and the right thigh is dropping. Sweeping the arms up, inhale. And then exhale, leaning over, all the air out. Reaching through the fingers, pausing out the exhale. And then when you're ready, 2 more times on your own, you're going to inhale back up. And then you're going to exhale, swing back, and then hold the breath out after the exhale. As you hold, feel a calm coming over you. 1 more time when you're ready. Next one, you reach up on the inhale. Exhale, right hand goes back, left hand forward. Bringing that right hand on the left leg if you can, and reaching up and over with the left arm. And then from here, reaching the left hand down on the inside of the right foot. If this is too much for you today, you can always bring that left knee down. But we're going to extend the right arm towards the sky. Inhale, reaching up out of that right shoulder. Exhale, you're going to sweep this right hand underneath the right leg, and you're going to reach over towards your left rib cage. Call this monkey tail. Inhale, reach up for the right hand. Swimming that right arm underneath, reaching over towards the left. 1 more time, reach up. Swim it under. Last time, reach up, keep the leg up or bringing the leg down, the knee down if you want to come down, and then possibly bending the back leg and reaching for that left foot. Wherever you're at, full deep inhale and exhale. And then reaching the right arm back up, left foot comes down, hands come on the inside of that right leg. So maybe your left knee is down or maybe it's up, depending on what you'd like to do today. But just hang out here for a few breaths. Using your skill and your ability to expand and deepen your breath, the capacity that you have, and finding that emptiness after the exhale. Using that emptiness to dive and rest deeper into the posture. Then walk the right hand on the outside of that right foot, planting the hands. If the knee's not up already, go ahead and bring that knee up. Leaning into that right foot, sweeping the left leg up. If you have the blocks ahead of you, bring the blocks underneath your hands for warrior 3. Virabhadrasana 3. Doing your best to keep the spine parallel to the earth. The leg can be lower, that's fine, but first we want to try and keep our torso parallel, then bring the leg up. Toes rotate towards the ground. Hands to the heart, blocks for hips. And then slowly sweeping that left foot all the way up into the chest, giving that left knee a hug. Releasing the left foot down, feet come wide. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, elbows down, heart lift. Inhale, coming back up once again. Walk the feet underneath the hips. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhaling, lift halfway. Exhale, plant the hands, your choice, step back to a plank and take a vinyasa, or just come back to down dog. Few breaths here. Then when you're ready, sweeping the left leg into the sky, really reach out on the left heel, roll the left ankle. And then in your exhale, sweep that left foot all the way through. Plant that left foot down. Drive the energy through that left heel as you walk the left hand on the left knee, the right hand on top of it. Feeling that left hip dip, extend out the right heel. Then slowly lift the torso up, relax the hands next to the hips. And then 3 rounds here. You're going to inhale. And then exhale, hands next to the hips. Hold empty after the exhale. 2 more times on your own. This can also be done on the knee, the right knee, if this is too much for you. After the 3rd one, when you inhale the arms back up, you exhale the left hand down to touch the right leg, the right arm up and over. So it's kind of a little twist. If you can, totally okay if you can't. And then the next exhale, that right hand comes on the inside of the left foot. You can keep your right knee up if you want, or you can bring it down. But we're going to inhale the left arm up first, really reach out that left arm. Exhale, swim that left hand under the left leg, reaching towards the right. 2 more times. Last time, reaching that left arm up, bringing that right knee down if it feels good for your body. Staying here in the twist, the left hand can come on the left knee, or you can bend that right leg and reach for the right foot. Maybe bring the hips up towards that right knee or right heel. Invite a nice full deep breath into the whole body. And empty, 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 empty the air out. Releasing that right foot. Inhale the left arm up. Inside of the left foot. You can keep that right knee up if you'd like, or down. Come into your dragon pose. You can inhale and exhale through the nose or the mouth, your choice. Exhale out the mouth tends to be a little bit more cooling and relaxing than through the nose. On the exhale is really pulling the pelvic floor, the belly button to the spine, holding out after the exhale. And then walking that left foot to the midline of the mat, bringing your right knee up. And balancing on this left foot, sweeping that right foot up to the sky, coming into warrior 3. Hands come to the heart or the hips. Maybe even all the way out in front of you if that feels right. Hold the air out after the exhale, balance, feel that strength, and then sweep the right knee up to the chest on the next inhale. Placing that right foot next to the left. Hands come to the heart, close the eyes, take a moment to rest and settle in how you're feeling right now. And then inhale the arms up to the sky, flip the palms away, exhale, hinge of the hips, forward fold. So inhale, lifting halfway, exhaling, plant the hands, step both feet back, downward facing dog. Now this time, inhale, sweep the left leg to the sky, bend the knee, open the hip. Exhale, sweep that left knee all the way through, planting that left foot down, rotating the right heel in, 45 degrees, making space, so bringing the feet apart, coming into warrior 1. Sweeping the hands up to the sky, warrior 1. So warrior 1's heel to heel are a little bit wider. You might need to step up if you feel off balance. But really drive the energy out that right heel, rotate the hips towards the front the best you can. Arms to the sky. Inhale here, exhale, lift the pelvic floor, empty all the air out. Inhale, press down, reach up. Exhale, frame that left foot. This time, just swing the left foot back to the right, downward facing dog. Other side, reach the right foot up, bend the knee, open the hip. Inhale. Exhale, swing that right foot to the far right side of the mat. Step that left foot up, rotate it out about 45 degrees, left heel is down. And then pressing yourself up into your warrior one on your right side. So bringing that right hip back, left hip forward, driving down through that left heel, engaging the left leg. Inhale the arms up. As you exhale, holding the breath out after the exhale. Press down, reach up as you inhale. And then exhale, frame that right foot, walk it into the center. And then from here, bring the left foot to the right, forward fold. Inhale, reach all the way up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Hands are on the hips this time. Go ahead and step the left foot to the back of the mat, heel to arch alignment. We're going to come into our warrior two position. So just hang out here in warrior two. Check your alignment. This right knee can be straighter if it needs to be. If you can bend deeper, awesome. But the key is we want the right knee going in the same direction as the toes the best we can. So all we're going to do here, if it feels better to bring your hands to your heart, you can, or you can bring them out into a T. We're just going to do 3, 4, 5 count. Inhale and exhale. So take a deep breath in through the nose. And then your exhale goes out of the nose or the mouth for 3, lifting the pelvic floor after the exhale. Inhaling for 4. And exhaling for 4. Hold the air out, lift the pelvic floor. And then when you're ready, you're going to take a 5 count inhale. 5 count exhale. Holding out for 5. When you're ready, inhale, straighten the arms, straighten the legs. Rotate the right toes to the front and switch sides. Left side and warrior two. Arms can be in a T, or at your heart, or even at the hips. Same thing on this side. 3, 4, and 5 count, inhale and exhale. Hold out the exhale, the same amount or longer than the count you have for your inhale and exhale. I'm just gonna do it on my own, let you guys do it on your own. And keep going, knowing we're all gonna have different breath counts and capacities and abilities. So some of us might take a little bit longer than the others, so just stay true to what feels good for you. And if I'm going faster or slower than you, just stay connected with where you're at. You don't need to rush or slow down. But after you're done with your 3 rounds, you're gonna come back up into wide-legged straddle, just hands at the heart or next to the hips. Once we're all in this wide-legged straddle, hands are gonna come onto the hips. You're gonna inhale, lift that heart, extend out the crown of the head. Exhale, hinge it over. Hands come down to the ground. If you want to block or anything under your hands, go ahead and grab that. Let's keep our spine parallel to the earth. Pull the feet away from each other like you were trying to rip the mat in half. You'll feel an engagement in the legs. Maybe even turn the toes in, a pigeon toe a little bit. And if you're pigeon toe, you can stay there or bring your feet back parallel. Fold the spine all the way over, releasing all tension, all gripping. Take a nice bend in the knees here too as the hips go up and back. If you want to play and practice with your headstand here, what you want to do is bring your hands back behind your shoulders, bending the elbows, coming onto the top of the head. You want to play here? If not, putting a block under the forehead is just as good and as effective. Bringing the feet up overhead if you're coming into your headstand. Squeezing the ankles together, heels together. And then taking one more breath before slowly bringing the feet down if you're upside down. And from this position, you're going to walk over to your right foot, bringing your right foot back to meet your left, coming to sit. So coming to sit in any way you want to be able to get there. If you want to take a vinyasa real quick before we come down, you can. We're going to come down to a seat. So sitting on your booty. And let's pull the flesh from underneath so our sit bones can root. If you want a prop or a blanket underneath, you might want one of those as well. From this position, we're just going to bring that right knee into the chest, cross the right foot over the left leg. Maybe it stays on the inside of the left thigh. Grabbing or wrapping the left eyelid of the arm in the front side of that right knee, feeling the spine lift tall. Flexing the left toes. If you want more, you can bend this left knee, coming into Ardha Matsyendrasana. Otherwise, stay right here. If you'd like, maybe even look over the right shoulder for a little bit of a twist. Same thing here, focusing on pausing after the exhale. Finding that stillness with ease, that emptiness, that space where it seems like nothing resides. It's also that space where our senses become heightened, but yet we are not distracted by the things that we see, feel, and experience, but we can witness them and embrace them as they are, energies and frequencies moving in and around us. And then slowly coming back to center and switching the legs. Right leg comes out, left knee comes into the chest. Pulling that left knee in, lifting that heart, really feeling that extension of the spine, the opening of the chest, flex the right toes. Stay here or cross the leg. Stay here or bend that right leg. Choosing your depth of this hip opener. Taking a twist, bringing the right eyelid of that arm in the front side of the left knee. The left hand can come behind you or just grab the wrist. Taking a nice twist. Looking over the left shoulder if you want, straight ahead. Keep focus on the exhale, eyes closed. Emptying out the breath, the mind, using the breath as a tool to calm the mind. and the daily worries and concerns that might arise. What does it feel like to be completely empty? One more full breath here. And slowly rotating back to center. Bringing the soles of the feet together, knees wide, into Baddha Konasana. Stay here for a moment. Pressing the feet together, knees are open, draping down to the ground, palms to the sky. And then straightening the legs out in front of you. Leaving the blanket under the hips if you'd like. And we're slowly going to come down to the ground, so reaching the hands out, energy out the fingers, tucking the tailbone and rolling down one vertebrae at a time. Best you can. And then reaching the arms up overhead, stretching the feet long, getting a nice long stretch through the body. And reaching out the right heel and the left heel. And then hands coming next to the hips. Coming into Shavasana, if you feel like you want to take another posture before completely resting down in Shavasana, go ahead and take that. And otherwise, finding a comfortable resting pose. Reconnecting with your relationship with stillness, that emptiness between activities and thoughts and breaths. You'd like to explore here, lengthening the exhales and having long pauses after your exhales, you can, or you can completely let go of all shaping of the breath. Feeling the bones drop to the ground. The releasing of all the mental and physical tension. And to notice the sounds that you may be hearing, including my voice. Sounds of nature, trees. Noticing these sounds and then releasing all identifications with these sounds. Recognizing your connection to these sounds as part of you. Now as an experience of a happening. Noticing the sensations you may be feeling on your skin, a breeze, heat, coolness, maybe even a tingling of energy that's been released from some stuck pocket in your body you're now aware of. And scanning your entire body for areas of lightness, releasing of the energy, more awareness. Scanning your body from the tips of the toes all the way up out the crown of the head, making sure to stop in each area, giving it some attention and awareness. And as you move through the body, feeling the relaxing happening more fully and completely as you bring awareness to the body. Just bringing awareness to the empty space inside and between all of the parts. Between your organs, blood vessels, noticing the empty space. And celebrating that space between the activity. Allowing yourself to linger longer in these spaces throughout your life. Just lingering in this place for a few more breaths, a few more moments. Maybe even asking yourself the question, what if this was all there was? What if the most beautiful moments of life arose from this emptiness? Rather than from us jumping from activity to activity. What if it rested in this still place? And then begin to invite nice nourishing inhale, breathing in through the soles of the feet, up the legs, up the spine, the torso, through all of the organs, vessels, nerves, hands, shoulders, inhaling all the way up, out the crown of the head, extending as far as you can, filling up the body, and then when you're ready, slowly exhaling all the air out of the lungs and the body, emptying, emptying, empty. Holding all that air out after the exhale as long as you can. And only inhaling whenever you need to. And once you do, coming back to your natural inhale and exhale. And then gently bringing movement into the body, looking right to left with the head rotating. As you move, doing your best to stay connected with that emptiness and the stillness. At any point, the mind starts to trail off in story. Inviting the awareness and your presence back with the breath and back into the body. Slowly moving your fingers and toes, wrists, elbows, ankles, knees. And like when you're moving through water, slowly moving the arms and the legs, eventually reaching up over your head. And your choice to rock along the spine to come up to a seat, or rolling to one side, taking a moment there, then pressing your way back up. If you want to, you can spend as long as you want just laying down in Shavasana, in this emptiness. Once you come back up to a comfortable seat, if that's what you've chosen to do, resting in this position for just a few more breaths. Recognizing the shift in your breath, in your body, nervous system, your mind, and bringing in that experience of celebrating yourself in this place. Recognizing your possible shift in the relationship with emptiness. And maybe that life is experienced in the void, empty spaces, more than we could even recognize. I like to notice it as life filling me up rather than filling up my life with things to do, with thoughts, with activities, with food. What if we took a break from filling up our lives and we just sat in the stillness and let life fill us up? Bringing the hands to the heart, leaving in your own personal intention if you have one. Exhaling all the air out of the lungs. Let's close the class with 3 ohms. Inhale. Shanti, 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 which translates to peace, peace, peace. Divine light in me sees and celebrates and recognizes the divine light in each and every one of you. I see you, I feel you, I am grateful for you all. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I love you. Namaste. Thank you, guys. Nice seeing you.
That was fantastic. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
It was
Good.
perfect.
Awesome. Felt really good too. I love playing with breath in that way. So, yeah, have fun playing with the emptiness, and I'll see you guys on Thursday.
Okay.
All right. That be well. I'll see you later, everyone.
Bye. Bye, Imelda. I see you. Bye, Deb.